Welcome to Do the Dang Thing podcast with Chrissi Sperduto, the podcast that's like having a personal action-taking coach in your pocket, giving you bite-sized tips and small mindset shifts every week. I'm your host, Chrissi Sperduto. I'm a network marketer turned action-taking coach for business owners who grew her businesses while holding down a successful career in aviation. I'm on a mission to help you fit your business into your everyday life because I believe you are capable of doing some pretty amazing things no matter how chaotic your life is. Consider me your no-nonsense business BFF, helping you learn how to get it all done quicker, easier, and with way less mental drama. Join me here on the podcast each week where we'll chat everything from systems to help you fit your business into real life, to business tips, plus time management hacks, mindset shifts to help you find the courage to take that next step in your business, and real life experts to inspire and empower you to go after your goals. Let's go, CEO. We have work to do. Grab your favorite cup of coffee or wine, no judgment here, and get ready to ditch those inner mean girl thoughts ringing in the back of your head so you can embrace your inner badass and go do the dang thing. Hey there, my friend, and welcome back to the podcast. How are you doing? I hope you're not drowning in tasks today, but if you are, guess what? You're in the right place because that's exactly what we're talking about today. This episode is called Drowning in Tasks, how to know it's time to delegate, because let's be real. I know what it feels like to be completely overwhelmed and feel like you're barely keeping your head above water in your business. If you're juggling all the things, wearing a million hats, and somehow still don't feel like you're getting anywhere, you are in the right place. Well, you know I always like to keep it real with you, so today we're going to talk about how you can know when it's time to start delegating, how to shift your mindset so that you're ready to do it, even if you don't quite feel ready, and some of the simple things that you can delegate today. And just a heads up, this is part one of a two-part series because next week I have my virtual assistant Jackie joining me. She's going to share all the insider tips on how to smoothly onboard a VA, that stands for virtual assistant, into your business and talk about the mistakes she sees business owners make when they're bringing in help. So make sure that you check back next week because you do not want to miss that. All right, let's dive into today's episode. So, how do you know that it's time to delegate? The first thing is recognizing when you are completely drowning in tasks. Like, let's do a little gut check here. Are you constantly feeling behind on everything, even the basics? Are you spending more time on things like email, scheduling, admin work, than on the things that actually move your business forward, like marketing, like customer relationships? Do you feel like you don't even have time to think about the next steps or the creative side of your business because you're so bogged down with day-to-day tasks? Can you not take a weekend or even a week off for vacation without everything falling apart? If you're nodding along, it's probably time to delegate, my friend. Honestly, it was probably time to delegate before you got to this point, but at this point, let's plug this sinking ship and make sure that we can get you some air, get you floating along again in your business. One of the biggest red flags that I see when it's time to delegate is that when you're working more hours but nothing's moving forward. So it's kind of like being stuck on a hamster wheel. You're working, but you're not growing. And that's the definition of burnout waiting to happen. So if this kind of sounds like you, let's take a pause and let's take a good hard look at where your time is going. Are there things on your to-do list that someone else could handle for you? And could, whatever that is, could it be done to 80% of what you would do by someone else and you be okay with it? And if it's a yes, it's time to start letting go. The first thing that we need to talk about, though, is the mindset side of it, because I know delegating is not always easy. The number one thing I hear from clients is, I'm not ready yet. And listen, I get it. But here's the deal. No one ever feels 100% ready to delegate. It's one of those things you just have to do and figure out along the way. And if you wait until everything feels perfect and it's all perfectly lined up and set up for someone, you'll never actually do it. You'll never actually start. So instead of asking, am I ready? Let's reframe it and ask, is my business ready to grow? Am I willing to take a short-term sacrifice and be uncomfortable for a little bit in order to make room to get bigger? Make room for the things that actually light me up. And if you say, yes, my business is ready to grow, let's put your seatbelt on and let's go do the dang thing, bestie. The biggest mindset shift, though, you need to have is around control. And hi, I'm a type A, to my core, control freak. Do not let anyone else do something that I could do myself. I really struggle with letting go of control. And it's especially hard when you're used to doing everything yourself. You've built this business from the ground up solo. It's your baby. You might even think, oh, no one else can do it the way that I do it. But here's the thing, and you've heard me say it over and over and over again. Done is better than perfect. And not to burst your bubble, but there are actually people out there who can probably do some of your tasks that you're doing better and faster than you do, so that you can focus on the things that only you can do. And yes, there are certain things only you can do. Showing up on stories, recording podcast episodes, recording content for courses, coaching. Someone else can't do them, but someone else can schedule emails, schedule posts, update spreadsheets. And they could probably do it faster than you because they don't have all the mental drama around it. So it's time to let the reins loosen up a little bit. You don't have to 100% let go of control, but you do need to let a little bit go. And trust me when I say that delegating won't make things fall apart. In fact, it could make some things run a little bit smoother. Okay, great, Chrissy, but I don't want to do this. Where should I start? What should I start with? How do I do this? How do I start delegating? I know you're busy, so I'm going to make this simple for you. And there are two places to look: your business tasks and your home tasks. First, let's start with business, because this is a business podcast. If you're still doing all of your own admin work, emails, calendar scheduling, invoices, data entry, it's time to pass those things off to someone else. This is what VAs and admin assistants are for. They are good at it. They are fast. Let it go. Anytime that I sit down to do work, I ask myself, is this something that I need to go do, or can I pass this along to Jackie? And if the answer is, oh, yeah, it might take me a little bit longer to do this task today, but I could, as I'm doing it, write down how to do it and pass it along to Jackie. Now I've freed up however long this takes me, every week, every month, whatever, forever. The next place to look for your business is social media. And I know how much time it can take to schedule a post, create content, and engage with people online. So start small. Start by having someone else schedule your post. You're still writing them, but they're scheduling them. You can have someone repurpose your posts. Or you could just have someone that manages your DMs and, answers the ones that they can and then leaves the other ones unread. So then you're only looking at half of your DMs. With this system, you are still in control of what content is being posted. Someone else is just doing the heavy lifting of it. And I'm here to tell you, you gain nothing by hanging out on Later or hanging out in Facebook Scheduler, scheduling out posts. Like, someone else can do that. Get rid of it. Get it off your plate and free up time for your high-level business activities that make you money. Okay? Another idea is customer service. If you have inquiries, onboarding tasks, client management tasks that do not need to be done by you, someone else, this is something you can put in a system. This is something that we do over and over and over again. Delegate it. This is also a really great spot to consider automations, like ManyChat, onboarding email sequences, automated text messages. I would lean on technology here first because that is probably going to be cheaper than a virtual assistant, but there will be certain things that a computer can't do. So take a good look at this area and see if there's anything you can get rid of. This is going to free up your time to focus on strategy, growth, client work. And anytime that we do any of these sorts of activities, yes, it's going to take us more time to figure out how to delegate it, how to put it into a system. But then once it's in there, you're hands off and you don't have to touch it anymore. So yes, it takes time to set up. Yes, it takes time to delegate, but you are buying back. You are investing a little bit more time to buy back so much more time in the future. Now, you're like, Chrissy, I'm really sorry. I want to do this. You make some really great points, but my business just can't afford it right now. I get it. There was a time in my business where I didn't have a VA. I was the VA. I was doing all of these things. But one of the areas that I was able to chat with my husband, review our finances for our home, and able to start delegating was actually with our home. That was kind of the first spot that I freed up time in order to make more time to work my business. So I could make more money to hire the VA, to free up time, and so on and so forth. If you are not ready to give up control of your business tasks, let's talk about delegating some home tasks, okay? Here are a couple of really concrete examples for you. Use Instacart or grocery pickup or delivery services. Even if you were to just put your Kroger order in every week and go to Kroger and pick it up, you're still going to save the time that you were spending inside the store. For me, the grocery store is kind of far away, so by the time I leave the house, go to the grocery store, get the groceries, come back, I've spent at least an hour or an hour and a half, versus if I open Instacart on my computer, type in the things that we need, I just spent 10 minutes. Like, I just found myself an hour and 20 minutes every single week by spending, I think it's $100 a year for Instacart, and then whatever you tip your driver. Heck yeah, I'll buy back my time for that. Worthwhile investment. It also prevents you from overspending at the grocery store. I don't know about you, but somehow the gluten-free Oreos always end up in my cart. The next thing that you can do is hire someone to come clean your house. Even if this is just once a month to do a deep clean, I cannot tell you how much that this has helped me focus on work instead of stressing out about cleaning the house. And I don't like cleaning. So I got something that not only do I not have time for, but I don't have the mental capacity for. I don't like it. I dread it. So it's not just 4 hours of my time. It's also 2 days of thinking about how much I'm not going to like cleaning the house leading up to it. So really, I saved myself like 3 days with that. You can also consider meal kits or batch cook on Sundays to handle the meal prep so you're not wasting time figuring out what to have every day for dinner. At the very, very minimum, please meal plan and save yourself the mental bandwidth of what's for dinner tonight. I hate that question. You can outsource your laundry, or dedicate a specific time to knock it out instead of taking over your whole week. So I was actually really surprised to be on a monthly laundry subscription at my local dry cleaners where they pick it up and drop it back off was only like $80 for 2 people for a whole month. I was like, that's really not that bad when you consider how much time goes into washing again because you forgot about it in the washer, drying and folding. Like $80 is totally worth it in my book. And then if you have kids, consider hiring a babysitter for a few hours of uninterrupted work time. Please, your business deserves this focus time. Do it. And then when you're done working, you can give them your undivided attention, and everyone's going to have way more fun with that. And you do not need to start with everything, but delegating even 1 or 2 tasks can make such a huge difference in your life and your business. So do it. You're worth it. Your business is worth it. Now, before I wrap up, I want to remind you to come back next week for part 2 of this conversation because I have my amazing VA, Jackie, on the show with me, and she's going to be breaking down how to smoothly onboard a virtual assistant into your business and share some of the biggest mistakes she sees business owners making when they start bringing in help. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. Jackie is full of some really golden nuggets, and you'll get to see kind of our working relationship and how we've made this work for over 2 years, and we're just having a blast while we do it. All right, bestie, that's it for today. My challenge for you, because you know we end every episode with a challenge, is to pick 1 task from your list this week that you can delegate or prepare to delegate, and let me know how it goes. Share it on your Instagram stories and tag me because I want to celebrate you doing the dang thing. The more you can let go of, the more space you have to focus on what really matters. And one last thing, if you're loving the podcast, please leave me a rating and a review on your favorite podcast platform. It helps more amazing business owners like you find the show, and that way we can all keep doing the dang thing together. All right, my friend, until next time, keep on doing the dang thing. Bye! Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Do the Dang Thing podcast with Chrissi Sperduto. If you know someone that could benefit from today's chat, please send this episode their way and be sure to leave a rating and a review so more business owners can find the podcast and be inspired to take action on their goals. Also, I love to see what you're doing while you listen. Share what you're up to while you listen to today's episode and tag me in your stories at Chrissi Sperduto for a shout out. If you'd like to explore more resources like my free monthly coaching call and learn how we can work together through one-on-one coaching or the Do the Dang Thing membership, head to www.chrissisperduto.com. Please always remember that you are not alone in this adventure. I am always rooting for you, bestie. Until next time, keep on doing the dang thing. Bye.